Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm back in person. I'm always in person. You just usually see my hands. So first things first, the healing intentions are set for you folks always. So if you so choose, go ahead and stand in your power. Breathe those in if you want them, and decree it for your highest and greatest good only and always. All right, so today I'm on. Someone had asked me. I still have some readings that I'm going to do off of that reading that I did where the universe warned us of scams, right? But today someone asked me to check into the med beds again, and I've done that several times over the years, and I always get that the energy around the med beds is real. It's a real thing. The technology around the med beds is real. I always get that. So let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about manifesting, you guys. So I just want to say, manifesting is a series of things, and I think there's probably a lot of stuff out there about manifesting, and I just call BS on most of it personally, because in my own life, the way that I have gone about manifesting things successfully is not by following those half-assed processes. So I was giving you a little rundown the other day, like, having the thoughts, right? Speaking them into words, taking an action. And I've talked to you guys about matching your feelings with the vibration of what it is that you want. And I think I've also talked to you guys about when we're always putting our power outward, it's pretty hard to receive anything because we're always in that state of desperation, that wanting, that needing. That's given the energy out that we don't have. That's a lack mentality. That's a lack energy. So as long as that energy is always going outward, like we don't have something, then we won't. And that keeps us stuck, because that keeps us from utilizing the things that we have now, right? So, like I said the other day, well, you've heard me talk about this a lot. So if you're wanting to manifest, first you have to pull in those good feelings, right? And align yourself with being a vibrational match to what it is that you want. That's really important, I feel, in manifesting. And then, you have the thoughts, you have the dreams, you're envisioning it in your mind, you're building, right? And then, you speak it. You speak it into words. You talk about it. You speak it into words. Then you have to take an action, right? Taking the actions. So physical action towards that too. Building something into a reality. And so if you put that all together, if we're always thinking, when are those med beds going to come so that I can be healed? We're never going to be healed because we don't think we are, because we're always waiting for something outside of ourselves to do that. Is this making sense to you guys? So that's the energy that we're not healed, that we're putting out into the world, that we need something so desperately that we don't have, that's out of our reach. And when I do the readings on the med beds, my guides have come through saying, there's plenty of, I remember the first reading I did, it was a couple years ago, would we see the med beds within a year? Are the med beds real? And would we see them in reality at any point? Yes, the med beds were real. I got at some point they'll come into reality. But my guides wanted to say way back then that there's technology now that we can be using and utilizing, and that we were going to be seeing new forms of technology come to us within the year. And we did, actually. We within that year, we had the EE system come out, and probably a lot of other things that I don't know about either, right? And so they did say we already have technology that we could be utilizing, and some of it I had known about, and some of it I didn't. So one of the things that's been around for 20 or so years that I didn't realize was out there and has just been brought into my consciousness is the X39 patches and the other patches that go with that. You guys can do your own research on that, but it's using light and it's using crystal technology to activate your own stem cells. Now, I've heard people poo-pooing that because they want a med bed. I mean, what do you think med beds do? They help you to heal yourself, and we have to be in a certain vibrational alignment for that to even happen, right? So, you know, I just want to say, you have the power. You are quantum. You are quantum. I am quantum. We are quantum beings. We've just been taught to think that we're very tiny and insignificant, and that the only way to heal in ourselves is always looking outside of ourselves and seeking something that's never really attainable, which is a bunch of BS. It's just BS, you guys. So we have to retrain our brain and get our brain to come in alignment with the fact of what our bodies already know. Our bodies know. Our soul knows that we are quantum. Our soul knows that we can heal ourselves. The universe knows that. We just really got to retrain that brain into knowing it as well. So yeah, will it be awesome when the med beds come out? Yeah, sure. But there's already things now. There's technology now. For instance, do you know how much healing is in the earth? So much healing in the earth, just by going barefoot upon the earth or sitting on the earth and just absorbing those negative ions. Now imagine sitting upon the earth with intention, the intention to absorb the healing from the earth, right? And you're lifting your vibration through intention. And you're feeling the earth healing you. There's that, you know, there's grounding mats. There's also ways for you to ground your own bed with copper wire. Grounding can be incredibly healing at night, especially because at night our body is sleeping, it's resting. When we're in rest, when we're in sleep, we're healing ourselves. You have the power to heal yourself right here. We have healing centers in our hands. Activate them. Put your hands on your body and start intending healing. But don't just intend it. Know that it's happening. Know that it is happening. There's Reiki. There's the X39 patch. There's quantum biofeedback. There's the Rife machine. There's grounding. There's spiritual practices. There's the art of knowing that you can heal yourself. There's herbs. There's foods. There's tons of ways that we can be healing ourselves. And my guides are constantly telling us to utilize the methods that we have available to us now. Utilize them now. So, yeah, continue to lift your own vibration. Continue to lift your vibration. Continue to do your own healing. Continue to know that you're quantum. And when you're envisioning things outside of what we have available to us now, envision that they're here. How about this? Do a guided meditation where you envision yourself in a med bed being healed. You know, these practices lift your vibration. They increase your vibration. The more we increase our vibration, the easier it is for us to heal ourselves. So, with that being said, I just want to remind everybody, you guys are way more powerful than you know. You know, I say this all the time, but I'm not bullshitting you. It's the truth. You are powerful. You are quantum. You are quantum. And we have crystals that we can use energy healing with. There's so many things that we have available to us now. Always putting our power outward, wanting something that's not there. It's not there. It's not within our reach. It's not attainable. When are we going to get it? When are we going to get it? Puts us in that state of, it's not attainable. We'll never heal. We can't heal without it. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. People heal themselves every day. We're powerful. We're way more powerful than anyone ever wanted any of us to know. And when we start pulling that back in and practicing that daily and lifting our vibration and not always looking outside of ourselves for things to do things for us, but we take the power into ourselves, and then we make the steps, the physical steps to obtain some of these things that we can do relatively cheaply and relatively easily. And I know that everybody's money situation is different, but everyone can go sit outside. And if you can't sit outside, you can sit in your house And you can envision yourself outside pulling energy from that earth. And it's the same thing. Because you are powerful. You are. So I just wanted to say that, okay, you guys? So now let's ask one more time. So we want a true story. Obviously, set the intentions for the healing. The intentions for only the truth are always set. That's all that's welcome here, only the truth. So the first thing that we want to know is, once again, we're asking our highest selves, we're asking our team of guides, we're asking Source, is the our quantum medbeds, healing medbeds, the thing that everybody talks about, the healing medbeds, are they real? So we'll get that, and we just want to get that with one card. So we just want a yes or no there, right? And the other thing is, if we're always acting like they're not coming, they're not here fast enough, then they're never here. So, it's that whole grounding things into reality through our own magic. So, let's start talking and walking and acting as if they are here. And imagine yourself, like I said, do your self-healing. And the imagery of that is you're in that med bed and your vibration is a vibrational match and you're ready to release whatever problems we're carrying within the body, right? Because we have to be ready to release it. Life isn't happening to us, it's happening with us, and illness is there for a reason. Illness starts with an emotion, it's an energy. It makes its way into our auric field and then it works its way into our body. So be ready to release. I am ready to release, right? See yourself in that med bed. If everybody started doing that, those med beds would magically appear. Because we're magic. We're magic. See yourself in that med bed, getting healed completely. Make that part of your home healing practice. And if we all started doing that every day, you'd probably be amazed how quickly a physical med bed would show up in our areas, right? Seriously, I'm serious. I'm serious. We're powerful, powerful beings. All right. So we want to know, are the med beds a physical reality? Are they real? With one card, please. Yes, med beds are real. They are real. On this earth plane, they're a real thing. They are a real thing. All right, so now we got our answer there. Everybody wants to look for when we're going to get them. It's looking for dates. When are we going to get them? When are we going to get them, right? And we've talked about the energy of pathways, and everybody is kind of playing a part in that, right? So thoughts, actions, all of this manifesting stuff that I've been talking about, droning on to you guys about, sorry. Because there are so many moving players, this can shift. So that's why it would be so beneficial to us if we all just got together the world over and started envisioning those here and us sitting in them being healed while we're doing our self-healing. It would happen so much faster, you guys. It would. So, because the energy would be in alignment with that instead of us always wanting them. Wanting means we don't have. So if we're always wanting, then we don't have, and that's the energy that's going out, not having them. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? All right. So now I just, instead of asking about when we might get them, I'd like a little story on them. Okay? So just a true story about medbeds. Okay? Don't worry, I'm going to ask that question last. The one that everybody wants me to ask. All right, hold on. So now I'd just like a true story around the med beds. Just a true story. And I'm going to run the cards downward. All right, listen, you guys. Yes, that technology is real. Right now it's being used for the children. We're in a war. There are things that, you know, we can be doing with this hermit. It's highly guided. We can join with that hermit, join on this guided mission at any time. But right now there are people in power that are fighting to heal things that have been, the damage is done, right? So, yes, we have them. Can you see this? But right now they're being used for children and other innocents that have been hurt. Because with this chaos card, we are in a war right now. So there is this high vibrational guidance that's going on with that hermit from the heavens, from the universe. It's an energy, right, guiding us. There are people in power, people leaders, people who have clout, people who are in power with that King of Pentacles that are working to fight in this war that we have going on, this chaos that we have going on. There's so much disappointment. There's so many hurts. There's a ton of hurts. And these are the things that they're using this for. And at the very end of it, we have the Passion card. We have two leader cards, all right? My cards are so bent, you guys. I need new cards. They're flopping all over the place because they're not straight anymore. At the very end of it, we have the Passion card. Passion, right? So this whole process is being dealt with passionately. It's being dealt with passionately, you guys. Because there's a lot going on. There's all this pain and suffering that's going on. There's all this fighting going on. There's all this chaos going on. There's all this money stuff and leadership and power stuff going on. There's this divine energy that's happening. There are innocents that are needing these med beds. It's like this whole bunch of things that's going on. They are real and they're grounded into earth, and it would look as though they're being used for other things, right? Passionately. There's a lot of passion in what's going on. The use that's being used with this type of technology that we're talking about right now. So passionately, people are passionately trying to make the right decisions when it comes to this stuff. Did I get that right? Because the next thing I'm going to do is pull them up and ask another question. Yes, King of Cups, I got that right. And with that, they're still under the surface. They're not available right now for people. Ordinary people. I got it right. They're still under the surface. Okay, so now I'm going to pull all of these cards up. And I'm going to ask another question. All right? Okay, so with that being said, yes, they're real. They're being used for things. There's a lot going on. The world is chaotic right now. And leaders are passionately making decisions about how the best use of this equipment right now on this earthly plane, where they are grounded into reality. So they're being used with that Page of Cups. That would be for the innocents, for the people that are suffering terribly that you may not know about, right? So, can you give us a true story now around, how do I want to word this? Can you give us a true story now around the med beds? No, first, can you tell us a little something from your point of view or from your knowledge, from your energy about human beings and their abilities to heal themselves right now on the planet, vibrationally? Can you give us a story there about our abilities to heal ourselves, and your point of view of that? Please and thank you. So it's an emotional journey, right? And I think I was just talking about that. All illness starts with an emotion, and that's the first cup that they're giving us, is our emotions. Need a light shown on them. So heal those emotions. Do your emotional work. When you do your emotional work, your body starts healing. And I'm not kidding you when I say that. And the way that we feel is so different. So do your emotional work. Shine a light on those emotions. Those emotions are chaos. Keeps your body in chaos. Keeps your vibration in chaos, right? So what you want to do is you want to come into alignment. So again, with the earth, you want to come into alignment. This is a plentiful card. This is the King of Pentacles. Look at all the lush greenery around him. Look at all the lush greenery around him. So they want you to come into alignment with all of the healing that's here on the earth, right? So heal your emotions. Pull yourself, shine a light on these emotions. They create chaos within the body. Then get in touch and in alignment with that earth plane. It's very healing. What was I just saying to you about the earth is very healing? Sit upon it, right? Practice that grounding, that spiritual grounding that I talk about. Practice that spiritual grounding. Practice that physical earthing. It's going to help bring the body out of the chaotic state. I mean, it's amazing what this stuff does. It really is. Look at the imbalances within your body. Look at the imbalances. So, and create balance within your life and your body. So in other words, if you're constantly on the run, you guys, 16 hours a day, and then you sit down and your brain is fried for 4 hours, or you sit down and you do paperwork or whatever, you're running 16 hours, you're doing all this paperwork for 4 hours or doing whatever for another 4 hours, and then you're only getting 4 hours sleep, you're a little off balance, right? So that's an easy thing to see. Or if you're always running and you never have a break and you're running, working until you drop into bed and then you get back up and do it all over again, that's imbalanced. I mean, I've been working really hard in my own life to get out of that hustle myself. It's actually created more work for me to create a space where I can have the balance, but I can't just sit and say I want balance in my life and have the dream of it and have the idea of it and have the feeling of what that would feel like to be balanced and then not do the work to create it, right? So I was willing to up the workload for a while so that I could pull in a place and a space that would allow me to have more balance. Does that make sense, you guys? So I knew that my work life really needed balance. And I also knew that my diet needed balance because I was so busy all the time, I wasn't eating, you know? And And then at night, I'd have like the one meal, and I'd want to hurry up and get through it because I was thinking of all the other things that I had to do. That's terribly imbalanced. So, think about, is your diet balanced? Do you spend more time researching scary things than you do laughing? Do you spend more time wanting things that are out of reach than envisioning and living as if you've got the things, or giving gratitude for the things? Do you know what I mean? So find all those imbalances. Do you feel more depressed than happy? Find your imbalances, they're saying. Shine a light on those imbalances. Shine a light on that chaos. Shine a light, you guys, on the earth and the healing that we can obtain from the earth. When we begin to do these things, we'll start to see things in a new light. Everything will shift, you guys. We'll start envisioning things in an entirely new light. We'll also start feeling them, because this is the physical journey. So we're looking out and we're seeing things in a whole new light, you guys. But it's the journey. So we'll also be physically experiencing things in a whole new light. Become the manifester. So we have the ability to manifest healing. We have the ability to do these things. But it's doing our shadow work. It's doing our shadow work. It's doing our emotional work. It's taking the time to do our spiritual work. It's utilizing the things that we have in our grasp now. And, it's finding the imbalances in our life and us taking actual steps to begin the healing process. So they've just given us a whole shitload of advice, you guys, as to the things that we can begin to do for ourselves. It's, again, this is like with anything else. When we're looking outside of ourselves to be saved by something that's always outside of our reach, which I find that's happening a lot in this movement. We're seeking the white hats to save us rather than standing in our power and saving ourselves. Or we're waiting for the med beds because, we're not standing in our power and using what is available to us now. Or we want Trump to come back because he'll solve everything, when in fact, we have voices to speak. And if we stand together in unity and in our power, it's pretty damn hard to oppress. It's pretty hard to oppress numbers far larger than you are, if those people are standing in their power, right? And anything worth anything is worth the work. And we don't appreciate, I saw it with my child growing up. So I knew that if he was given too much, there wouldn't be an appreciation for what he had. And I knew that if he was taught how to work for the things himself, that he would value it that much more. And so that's the way we went about things here. But I watched other people just giving, and those kids didn't appreciate a damn thing, and they didn't take care of it, and they didn't understand the value of it, and they also didn't understand the value of it when their parents gave them something out of love, because it was given so much that it was expected and it was never really truly valued. Anything that we obtain through our own personal work and growth feels good. It just feels so much better, and it's remembered. It's remembered. So do you guys understand what I'm saying? So stand in your power. Start healing your emotions. Shine a light on the things that are creating chaos in your life. Really, really hone in on those things. Start taking some initiative to heal them on your own. And I'm not saying you guys haven't. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying amp it up. Turn up the heat there, you know, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And, you know, pull in that healing from the earth. Fix the imbalances that are going on within your life, within your emotions. All these things help to start make a huge shift in our lives when we're the ones that are doing the work and doing the manifesting to have it happen. Does that make sense, you guys? Everything starts with us first. We have to know thyself and heal thyself. And then, yeah, sure, we need help sometimes. We need help sometimes, right? Because a lot of our power has been dimmed and dulled and dumbed down, and we might not have the experience to know how to do all of this stuff on our own. But the earth has a lot of healing in it. You know, food, essential oils, the vibration of the earth itself, supplements, minerals, you know, everything that we can possibly be doing now to heal ourselves. Let's stand in our power and do that, physically and vibrationally. And if you do have the money to go to a Reiki practitioner, if you do have the money to go to the EE system, if you do have the money to get on the X39 patch, if you do have the money to go to a massage therapist or an acupuncturist or, you know, someone who is a quantum biofeedback practitioner, if you do have the money to get a Rife machine, or if you do have the money to do any of these things, even so much as massage, while you're being massaged, envision that all of that ickiness that's built up within that body is being released while you're being massaged. Like, if you do have that money, do it. But if you don't, do the things that you can. Activate your hands. Envision yourself being healed. Know that you can heal yourself. Know that you're quantum. Know that you are quantum, right? So this is a pep talk until the physical world is actually shifted into what it is that we're seeking. Be the manifester in your own life, right? Okay, you guys. So now we're going to ask the question, can you give us an idea? And I know that time is irrelevant to you folks because we have this linear time and it's an illusion and it's what we live so strictly by here on this planet. And it's all just an illusion. So, could you give us a story as the energy stands today, what it looks like? I'm going to keep that, you guys, because she popped out. And that's really who we are. We're the people here on this earth plane that can hold the balance between the dark and the light. And it's our job to do it. But we got to do it, right? We have to do it. But anyway, so as the energy stands today, the pathways that are being created to bring in some changes and solidify them and ground them into earth. As far as the medbed technology goes, could you give us a true story today on what it's looking like as far as that being brought into the public, into society, to having that be another piece of technology that is available to all of the public? Could you just give us a true story there and show us what you can there? And I'll do that in the 7-card spread. Because we'll want to see that pathway. So we'll want that 7-card spread that I do. All right, let's go for it here. Major Arcana cards coming up. All right. This is pretty profound. Okay. This is pretty profound. So the med beds representing the question that we asked, can you give us a story as to when that will be grounded into earth? You know, as the energy stands today, as we're creating the shifts, how much longer will that be before it's grounded into our reality, so that so that we can start using them? And it's saying, it's given us sorry you guys, it's given us the Hermit. The first card up representing this is the Hermit. So there's a huge light being shown on it right now. It looks like much talk about it probably at the moment. And it's saying that, you know, above that, we could be within the year. This is a wand, and it's very fast moving. Okay? So it's driven by fire. So it could be within a year, you guys. Within the year, it could be. All right. So across from that, it is saying that there are many scales. There's the scale of justice that needs to be balanced, right? So this is a big deal. I have to talk so much. My voice gets so tired. This is a big deal, you guys, as far as bringing this technology into us. So the balancing of the scales and justice being served is going to play a big role in when we're going to be able to look out and see this. Okay, you guys? So, you know, that's the piece of it that's up in the air. The justice needs to be served. Things need to come into balance. The pathway that's driving this reading is the Ace of Cups. So we have another yeses, they're going to come in for all of us, right? So, but this is an Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is very loving. So remember that this is a loving vibration. They want to bring it in. This is part of changing things. This is part of changing things. It's a loving vibration that wants to come in. And then we've got the sharing and caring here with the kid card, right? So this wants to come in. This is the pathway. The love and the sharing of this technology wants to come in. That's the pathway. But at the very top, we have some chains that we need to sever. We have justice that needs to go after these chains that are binding, right? So that has to happen. And there has to be a light shown on these chains that are binding so that we can get to this point of them coming in. And in the meantime, this being thrown out at us, in the meantime, be the High Priestess. Be magical. Be magical. Hold the balance between the dark and the light. Manifest all these things in your life. See them happening, right? See them happening. I know things are hard. I know it is. I know it is. I live in this world too. But you know, one of the things that I do so that I can enjoy my life is I disconnect from the bad news. I don't listen to a lot of stuff that's always throwing out dates of this happening, dates of that happening. I find that to be it's upsetting because people look forward to that and then they fall. They get built up and boom, they fall. And we know that's the vibration, you guys, that the Cabal loves. So don't look to dates. Don't get hyped up to then get disappointed. Hold the power within you guys. Manifest, manifest, manifest. So dream it, see it, believe it, speak it, act it, take the actions, right? Pull in the pulling the happy feelings when you're dreaming it, envisioning it, talking about it, when you're taking the actions to do it. Some of these things you can take a physical action towards, right? So you can physically grow some herbs that might be healthy for you. You can physically activate your hands. You can see yourself in a medbed being healed. There's lots of things that we can do now. We can do now. And utilize what we have available to us while we envision this world being what it is that we want. And while we back out of the fear porn and don't allow ourselves to get all caught up in dates that then get you excited, build you up, and then poof, watch you fall. Like, withdraw from that. And be the manifester. Be the manifester and manifest that. And with her, the other piece of advice is look out for tricks. You know, look out for tricks. There's a lot of tricks in this world as we're breaking these chains that bind us. All right, you guys, so I hope that you found a little value in this. As the energy stands today, they would love to bring that into us within a year. But across from that, justice needs to be served before we can look out at this new landscape, right? Justice needs to be served for those that have enslaved us, for those chains that bind, for the terrible things that have taken place on this planet towards humanity. Justice needs to be served there. We need to break those chains, and a light needs to really be shown upon it. So, but they would love to bring it to you within a year, right? So rather than us thinking, oh, we have a year to wait. What's today? Oh, okay, it's February. It's the 9th. So next year in 2025 on February 9th, we'll have these. Instead of us doing that, which is always keeping it out of our reach, let's do what I was saying. Every time we sit down to do our healing, let's envision that we're in one of those things, being fully healed. Let's all of us ground that into earth. We're magical. And with that being said, I'm sending you all tons and tons of love and many, many blessings. And I hope you found a little value in this. And I will see you all next time. All right. Until next time, you guys, love you. And know that you're always in my heart. And I'm always sending good stuff to each and every one of you. And to the rest of the planet, all the people that I don't know, I'm doing that as well. Manifesting and manifesting every day. All right, you guys. Take care.